fun to do bad things, to drive into a car.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be, I got no hands right now, give me a second. I'll drop. We're gonna be installing a new steering wheel on the GS. Don't mind the mess. We are on a mission to install a new transmission on this car, a manual transmission. So if you guys aren't up to date, we are manual swapping my GS300, but today we are going to be installing a steering wheel, a little side quest while we wait for some parts to come in. But if you guys are curious, make sure you subscribe to the channel and give us a like. So we got this NARDI steering wheel, and you know NARDI does not fit directly with the NRG hub. NRG hub has a different bolt pattern, just like wheels, just like tires and wheels. This has a different pattern than this, so need to run an adapter. And so this adapter will bolt to here, and that will let us run this one. All right, so we're actually gonna assemble the steering wheel because I don't have a horn. We can access the bolt through the steering wheel. So we're actually gonna assemble it, and then we're gonna put it in the car. So that way we can make sure the car is perfectly centered. But yeah, first things first, let's figure out which is the top position on this. This should be marked with the dot right here. That should be the top position. After that, you're gonna find your app 2. I think I'm gonna go with this chrome one and return this one because my friend gave me this one. You see the holes, you see how it's kind of recessed in, and it has like a groove for a bolt to hold onto. So that's the side that's gonna be face up. This is gonna be face onto the hub. So you gotta figure out where the hole lines up. So it could be this one, or it could be this one. So we're gonna check. All right, so we found a hole that lines up with all the holes on the hub. You can see it's that one right here. You can't really see because it's black. And then I guess this one is somewhat marked from the previous owner, and I'm gonna use that part to let me know that that's the top of the hub. All right, you can see I have it bolted on. You can see the logo is both on top, and it's so blurry, but yeah, everything's tight. Now you're gonna want to get your NARDI wheel right here and find the hole where it mounts to. You wanna make sure you know where the center is, so you're trying to make that the top of the steering wheel. So that is what we marked as top of the steering wheel, and you want to put it in between here. So let's find where it lines up. Oh, I found it first try. Lines up right there, and the top of the steering wheel is right in the middle. All right, first things first, you're gonna want to make sure the steering wheel is centered. Why is it? Okay, well, it is kind of centered right there. And then what you want to do is probably disconnect your battery, because you don't want this thing blowing up in your face when you're working with airbags. So we'll do that right now. And then you want to take out these covers on this side and this little cover on that side. So you're gonna want to take out the bolts on each side of the steering wheel. It is I believe a T30 star head. I don't know what they call these, but let's double check. Yep, looks like that fits, and should be on each side. And you can pop the airbag out. So I got all the bolts out on each side. They don't come out, they just kind of stay in place because they're being held by like clips, but you can see how it's kind of loose now. What you're gonna do is pop it out. But before I do that, just kind of want to see how close they are. Like, I'm kind of happy that I chose to go with the wood grain. This is a NARDI. The homie sold it to me for a good deal, so I'm just happy it's gonna look good, and this car kind of matches the tan interior, this old man color right here. But yeah, let's pop this out. Let's see. I got the steering wheel out. A little persuasion, the bolts weren't falling out. This bolt wasn't falling out, but finally got it out. I think I might have broken a clip or something, but we're not reusing this. So now we're gonna take off the airbag, which is, you push this in and you can pull it out. All right, to remove the airbag, you just see this clip right here, you slide it back and you can pull it out. Now you got access to, I think this is a 17 or a 19. It is a 19, so, oh, that was loose as shit. Okay, you don't want to take it all, oh, I guess it's all the way out now. But you want to put the bolts slowly back it in a little bit. couple threads. What you're gonna do is just hit it back and forth just like that until the steering wheel comes out. So, all right, with some persuasion, what I did was try this technique. I pulled and wiggled at the same time, and it's out. If you pull out the wheel and it's turned, it might not go back centered properly, or you don't know where it's centered at. So make sure you, right before you pull it out, make sure it's centered. So I think that's good. All right, take this bolt out now. Should be some wires you got to disconnect. Yeah, let's disconnect those wires first. All right, now you got to remove the clock spring. So take off the bolts on this side and this side. All right, once you take out this bolt, and that bolt should just pop out right there. You should have enough room to remove these little tiny bolts right here, little screws. These hold in a clock spring. So make sure it's centered, because there's gonna be two little clips. I don't know what they're called, little prongs that stick out, and that is what cancels the signal when you turn left and right. So you want to make sure you pull it from the center, because the new one should have little grooves that hook onto the little part, and it cancels the turn signal when you turn. All right, so actually 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop it out. Like there's a little wire sensor that you unplug right here as well. You're gonna unplug these 2 sensors. You're gonna lose your airbags and your cruise control. So make sure you're okay with that before you proceed with this. And you see these little prongs right here that I was talking about. See these little pins right here? They're sticking out, kind of hard to see, but there's some bad lighting right there. That is what is going to go into these little holes, so that way it is centered. All right, so before you put your steering wheel back, make sure you put all these clips back in, because you want to have room. You might have room behind the steering wheel, but it's easier when you just put it back together right now. So put everything back, screw everything back in. All right, got everything put together. Last thing you want to do is put this bolt in. I don't have a horn button, so we're just gonna leave it at that. And I'll probably make a cover and try to get the horn to work, which I'll do in another video. But for now, this car's not moving for a while anyways, like another month or so until the parts come in. But yeah, just wanna make sure everything looks nice and neat. What do you guys think? All right, it is zapped on. Everything is good to go. Also note with the GS, it has an automatic steering column, so it kind of drops down and comes out. But I'll definitely probably pick up a spacer, because it doesn't stick out nearly enough as the old one. But I kind of like the non-deep base. This wood steering wheel will go good with all the wood trim bits, so it matches. I like it. Thumbs up. All right, I hope you guys like that steering wheel install. Super simple. Let's look at it one more time. Definitely way too close, but yeah, I'll pick up a spacer, or maybe a longer hub instead of a short hub. Normally the short hubs you run with an NRG quick release, but I'm not running one, so I might actually run a quick release on this and take it out for my drift car, because my drift car doesn't need a quick release. So it might be nicer to have a quick release on my daily, since we don't actually drift this thing. So yeah, you have options, but for now, this is how to install a NARDI steering wheel on a NRG hub on a GS300. All right, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.